Hello everyone and welcome back to Vlogmas. It is day 2 of Vlogmas and today's video is going to be me recommending some Christmas romances. I thought I would just start out with that since we're all going to be, well, a lot of us, well, some of us, probably not a lot. There's going to be some people that are going to be wanting Christmas romances, okay?
Chestnut roasting.
So I thought this would be a good place to start. So I'm just going to recommend some that I've read that I enjoyed or think you might enjoy. Let's do it. Let's go through the list. So the first one I'm going to recommend is a historical Christmas romance, and it's a novella, and a lot of these are novellas because I tend to just read novellas. At Christmas time, I just think it's just, I don't know, it's just a thing I like to do. So this one is A Match Made in Mistletoe, and I loved this so much. It's one of my favorite Christmas romances. I think I'm going to reread it this year. It was just delightful. So it's about a young woman who has always kind of been in love with her next door neighbor, and during the Christmas period his family come over for Christmas celebrations, but he always brings his friend who's like dark and broody and she doesn't like him. Can we see where this is going? Yes, isn't it delicious? Sorry, that was kind of gross. And she believes that if she puts some mistletoe under her pillow, it will bring her good luck and she will be able to kiss the guy that she is in love with and make him want to be with her. But that night, she has a really intense dream about kissing the broody guy that she doesn't like. And after that, she just cannot stop being giddy around him. She gets heart palpitations and they end up hooking up, basically. And it's so good. It's so good. I was getting butterflies too. Like, I was nearly screaming. Like, my body was having a good time. That sounds really dirty. I really enjoyed this one. I think the romance was really well written. I think the setup is really good and it's just like cozy, fun Christmas vibes. Again, it's only really short, so it doesn't take you long to get through, and it's just, it gives me what I want from Christmas romances, which is a nice, fun, cozy feel. So I highly recommend it. The next one that I'm going to recommend is Mangoes and Mistletoes. This one's also pretty short and it is a sapphic romance. And it's about these two women that end up having to work together for this cooking competition, and it goes through all of the meals that they're making, the desserts, the food. They're all like Christmassy themed, and it's really like nice and cozy, like foodie romance. And it kind of talks about the way that they feel about their culture is different, and it's kind of about them coming together despite their differences and learning to work together, and it's a really sweet romance. It's definitely really good for the cozy Christmassy vibes. So if you're looking for a fun foodie romance for Christmas, definitely give this one a go. Then I'm going to recommend my Christmas number 1, and this is a contemporary Christmas romance, and it's actually about 2 celebrities who are singers, and they end up kind of being forced to collab for this Christmas song, and so they end up having to tour together and all of this. They write the song together, and they're complete opposites, but it's about them working together on the song, and of course they fall in love. And it was actually super cute and I really enjoyed it, and I actually kind of want to reread it this year. It was just fun. It gave like the Christmassy feels because it was about this Christmas song. It's just about 2 people learning to put their differences aside, to love each other, and it's a really well like built up romance. It's really well paced. You really feel the connection, the chemistry, and it's just really fun. And he also has a son, so it's about the relationship with him and his son, her and the son. She has injured her leg, so she actually has a disability, and it definitely goes into that. So it's a very heartfelt, emotional kind of story, but it's also really fun and cute, and it feels like watching a Christmas movie. Like, it's just fun and silly. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but if you can hear that, I'm so sorry. It's Tilly eating her tea. I think I might just wait till she's finished to keep filming, because that sounds disgusting. Oh, I'm sorry, Tilly. You keep eating. Then I'm going to recommend A Touch of Sugar by Christina C. Jones. And this is another novella, and it's a stuck in a snowstorm Christmas romance, which I love. But it's also quite like emotional because both of them experienced the death of a loved one around Christmas last year, and they've both been, you know, really holding back because of their grief. And so it's about them also learning to kind of branch out a little bit more after what has happened together. And it was just really sweet. It was also quite funny as well, which I feel like is kind of Christina C. Jones's thing. I've only read a few of her books now, but I've kind of getting that kind of vibe from her books. So yeah, I really recommend this one. It was super fun, and the cover is so pretty. Like, it's so pretty. The next one that I'm going to recommend is The Earl of Christmas Past, and this is actually another stuck in a snowstorm romance, but this one's with a ghost. We love the ghost penis here, okay?
I was trying to pick my moment to leave. This seems like it.
She gets stuck in a snowstorm at this inn, and there's like a ghost haunting the inn, and it's about their relationship. It's really sweet because she's kind of showing him how things have progressed since he's been a ghost, and they have a really emotional romance. It kind of covers just the one night that she's there at the inn and their relationship. It was really cute. Cute and steamy. I really enjoyed it. Then I'm going to recommend Her Night with Santa, which is a sexy Santa book, which Lola, if you're watching, there you go, here's a recommendation for a sexy Santa book. So this is about female Santa, and she's young and hot, and she ends up getting it on with this sex toy designer. It's female, and it's good. It's very steamy, it's very sexy, and it's short, steamy, and that's pretty much what it is. It's about her and Santa getting it on with the sex toys she's designed. And it's good. If you want something very steamy, I actually really highly recommend. Then I have Wrapped Up in You by Talia Hibbert, and this is a kind of like second chance romance. Not really. It's like about two friends, and one's always been in love with the other, and he's come home for Christmas, and he's since become like a celebrity, and he still comes home every Christmas even though he's a celebrity. And it's kind of about him finally kind of making a move on his feelings, and her kind of realizing that she's kind of had feelings, and it kind of goes through how their relationship will work with him, you know, being famous, and how even though he's famous and is doing all of these things, she's still where his home is. Beautiful. So it's definitely got the like wholesome, heartfelt Christmas vibes in this story. It was really cute, and yeah, I highly recommend. Then we have my favorite Christmas romance I've ever read. I love this so much, and it's The Princess for Christmas. My god. I'm definitely going to be rereading this year. I read it last year, and it's just iconic. It is so good. I just love it. It's so cute. So it's about a princess, and she's come to, was it New York? I don't know, but she's come to America, and she's from this like made up kingdom, and she hails down a taxi, and it's the guy in the romance. She asks if he would like to be kind of her chaperone while she's here, you know, drive her around, show her around while she's here. And he's desperate for money, and he's actually taking care of his niece because his sister passed away, and so he's like, sure, I'll take on this crazy lady for the money. And this definitely gives off like Luke Lorelei kind of vibes, like the grumpy small town guy that's not very ambitious, set in his way, and the very over the top loud crazy chick. And then she ends up getting along really well with his like niece, and so they end up going back with her to the kingdom for Christmas. And it's about their romance and, you know, the relationship with the niece. And it's just so heartfelt and cute and fun, and just such a good like Christmas story. Like, I feel like this would make a great like kids movie or a romance movie. But it's just so cute and wholesome and adorable and funny, and it's definitely the grumpy sunshine vibes that I love. The romance is very slow burn. The chemistry is insane. There's a scene where they're like sitting at a table and their arms aren't even touching, but they can like feel the heat off each other's arms, and they're getting like heart palpitations, and I'm like, oh my god, I love that so much. So like, I really love this book, so I really highly recommend it. I think it's really silly and fun. And there is a sequel that I didn't love as much called Duke Actually, but I still really enjoyed that. That's about a prince from that country and the man from the first book's best friend, who is like an academic chick, and those two kind of end up becoming friends, but she kind of thinks he's annoying and silly, but they end up forming a friendship. So it's kind of enemies to friends to lovers. But yeah, I didn't love that one as much, but I still recommend that one. But A Princess for Christmas is so good. The next one I'm going to recommend is 12 Dates of Christmas, and this is a male-male romance, and it is about a kind of like social influencer who decides to embark on this like Christmassy quest where he is going to go on 12 dates leading up to Christmas in the hopes of finding his true love. And he, you know, he vlogs about it on his Instagram or whatever it is, and he ends up having a romance with a random guy he meets on the train. Like, it's super steamy, it's super cute, and he's like, I'm doing all of this stuff, but all I want to do is be with this random guy that I met. So it's like the worst time they could have met, but it's kind of about how he's going to incorporate this guy into the dates and everything, and it's just super cute. And it's definitely like got a good like Christmas message, because it's like, you know, he's very superficial, and it's about, I guess, just like the way that social media can take such a big part in our lives, and why it you know, necessarily shouldn't, and how he found a really nice romance just in the real world without worrying about the social media stuff. So it's just really fun. I really like this one. So I highly recommend if you want like a silly Christmassy male romance. And then the last one that I'm going to recommend for you guys is the Christmas Pact, and this is a fake dating romance, which isn't my favorite trope, so I didn't actually super love this one, but I still really enjoyed it. So this is about two people that work for the same company, and they've never met, but they have pretty much the same name. So one of them's Kennedy Ryan and the other one's Ryan Kennedy. So their emails often get sent to the wrong person, and he basically sends back like snarky, like smart-ass remarks in his emails to her, and so she's just like hates him even though they've never met. And they end up meeting at a Christmas party. They end up kind of realizing that fake dating would be good for both of them for different reasons, and so they end up fake dating, and it's about their romance. So it's kind of an enemies to lovers as well, and it's super cute. It's definitely like silly Christmas vibes if you're just wanting an easy read. Yeah, I think like the whole like email name thing was just so silly and ridiculous, and it's just like perfect for Christmas romance. Like that's the kind of silliness I want from them. So yeah, I did quite enjoy it, even though like it's not my favorite trope, and it probably isn't as beloved for me as the ones I've recommended before this. I still really enjoyed it. And that is it. Those are my Christmas romance recommendations. Let me know if you're going to be picking any of these up this December. I'd absolutely love to know. And yeah, that is going to do it for Vlogmas Day 2. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. But until then, bye.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.